Hey, what's going on, guys? John Shea here from the No Shame Income blog, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, and this is actually going to be one of the final videos that I release on the channel here for some time. I know I'm shooting this a little bit differently, my lighting might not be quite as good as usual, but I've decided to actually kind of focus on my board here for the day. I'm going to be talking about something that I've kind of put together up here, and I want to focus on this for today. This is going to be the main focus. Again, if I'm kind of cut out of the picture, I do apologize. I had to lower the camera so you guys could see everything on this board. But what I want to talk about is something called the circle of focus. And this isn't something that I came up with. I actually learned it from a video from someone by the name of Dan Henry. So I'll leave a link to check that out. But what I wanted to talk about is kind of where I've been deviating my time and why I've decided to take a little bit of a break from YouTube. And you know, again, I do believe I will be coming back to this, but there's a few reasons why I've decided to stop for now and kind of divert some of my energy into some other things. So I kind of want to talk about some of the things that I've been doing in terms of the efforts I've been putting into my own marketing over the last really year and a half, roughly 2 years or so, and where it's kind of led me. So what I did is I drew this circle and I kind of wrote out what are the things that I'm doing right now. So just starting from the top, we've got Facebook advertising, running ads to an online course I call the SEO Consulting Blueprint. The next thing is doing client work, which is working with clients, doing digital marketing, like mostly doing website builds and SEO, recurring monthly services. Then I've got this YouTube channel, and then the last thing is promoting affiliate products. So this kind of comes in play with some of the other things. This could be from my YouTube channel, this could be from my email list. So I wanted to talk a little bit about all of these and kind of give you an idea of where things are at. I also have over here on the side, which I didn't really include in my circle, is what I call lingering assets. So these assets are a couple niche websites that I built. I have 2 different sites that are basically generating income from people who visit the website. They end up seeing things that I recommend through Amazon.com, and if they buy those products through my website, I earn a commission that Amazon pays out to me, which is roughly about 4 or 5%. So between the 2 sites that I have, that's probably making me about $300 a month fairly passively. Sometimes it could be less, maybe 150 bucks. So it's a nice little extra income that's helping me pay for a few bills around the house. Then I have kind of this asset that seemed like it could be this huge opportunity, is I actually have administrator access to the largest Fortnite group on all of Facebook. It has over 250,000 people, and my wife is an administrator of it, and we had all these ideas about monetizing it through an e-commerce store or selling advertising or all these other things that we could do with it. And I've kind of explored a few of them, spent a little bit of time, but none of it has really like panned out into anything substantial. We probably made maybe 500 bucks from it. The last thing was a software as a service tool called Evolutely, and I actually utilized this for a couple webinar promotions that I did with a partner, and it actually made me a significant amount of money. It was totally worth the time invested, but I haven't been super passionate about going out there and like growing it into this big asset or turning it into a big business. So besides all that, I wanted to you know, kind of take these out of the picture because really they're on the sidelines. I'm not working on them. I've even thought about selling off the niche sites. The Fortnite group, I could literally just leave it sitting, doesn't matter. And this software has users, but no one's, you know, asking any questions or anything. They're just either using it or they're not, and that's it, right? The money from it I've already made. I don't really need to maintain it or do anything. So these are all essentially passive. I don't need to touch them. In terms of the other things, over the last 2 years, I spent a ton of time. I actually spent $2,800 on an initial mentor to help me build a system to sell one of my own online courses outside of marketplaces like Udemy. If you don't know my background, I have over 100,000 students on Udemy, and I've been basically teaching on there for over 4 years. But what's recently happened is I've seen a massive decline. My Udemy income has gone down substantially, and I just haven't put a whole lot of faith and trust into these marketplaces. I wanted to learn how to sell on my own website and sell my own products using traffic that I control through Facebook ads or AdWords or whatever, right, through my blog. So what I ended up doing is I paid this mentor. I built this whole crazy system around doing emails and giving away an ebook and basically getting them to buy this course. And I've been in this bind because what I teach in this course is basically this client work that I'm doing over here. Now, with the client work I have, I'm probably bringing in somewhere in the realm of about $4,000 to $5,000. And I actually have a partner that has been helping me with the work. We split almost everything, and he helps me substantially fulfill quite a bit of this. So most of what I've been doing here is either sales or prospecting and managing the clients and making sure everybody's happy and that they're getting the things that, you know, we promise them with the work that we're obligated to do each and every month. Now, I went out there and I learned Facebook ads for selling my own course. I even dabbled a little bit in Facebook ads for client work. And what I've kind of realized is doing this over the years, building websites for clients, doing all these things, it just kind of become very overburdening to me. I haven't gotten very passionate, I guess, or excited about doing a lot of the client work. I had a client last week that signed up with me, and I gave him a whole plan of what we were going to be doing, and I walked him through it about a week later after he signed up and had already committed to a contract of saying, hey, I'm going to, you know, work with you on this SEO campaign. And within like a week, he decided, because I had something about doing Bing like in month 3, that that wasn't soon enough for him, and he literally cancels the entire contract on a freelance platform that I'm on, and doesn't even call me or anything. I have to call him up and ask him about it, and he just completely abandoned the whole project. So to say the least, I realize that there are clients out there that won't pull this crap, but I'm just kind of sick of it, you know, like I'm really sick and tired of dealing with the kinds of problems that I've had when it revolves around clients. So with all that being said, I've kind of been in this bind because I'm selling this course about it, and yet that's what I'm doing. You know, I'm kind of doing both of these things. I'm teaching people how to do it, and I'm doing it myself, but I'm not really enjoying what I'm doing. And that's just the sad truth of it. You know, I haven't really been passionate about this. It's kind of like I have a bunch of little bosses. And I realize some of this could be because of the types of people I'm signing up, could be because of some of the processes I have in place, the expectations I have with people about what they should be getting, but just the whole remnants of it, right? Like, this is never going to be a perfect world where I have people that just come in and, you know, every single person is going to be smooth sailing, right? There's always going to be a problem. And that's why I've had a really hard time wanting to just fully go into this and build this into this massive business, because I've seen firsthand, you know, what people have done, big agencies. I've worked in one before, and you know, this is a lot of work. It's like having a bunch of little bosses and always being stressed out all the time. And no matter what service you're offering, someone's always going to be a pain in the ass. And that's where I've really had a hard time with this. It makes me a lot of money. I technically don't have a ton of work, but when you have people kind of breathing down your neck all the time about stuff, it makes it very hard to enjoy it. So with all that being said, I've decided for the moment I'm not going to be promoting my course. I may in the future redevelop this into a different offer, or maybe figure out another angle, but I'm not going to put a lot of time and energy into this. The client work that I have, I'm just going to keep it as is. The YouTube channel, I'm going to stop for right now. Again, this is going to be the last video I'm going to do for a while. And the affiliate products, I may, you know, kick out a few emails that really doesn't take me very long at all and promote that to my existing email list. So this kind of leaves, you know, basically it really takes out all of this. I could literally remove all of this. Now, I recently took on an opportunity. I still do have the client work technically, but I'm not really doing a ton of work there, right? It's very, very minimal, like maybe a day or two every month is what I'm probably putting into it. So if I take out all of these, I'm just going to erase everything. The biggest thing here that I'm really working on at this point are two things. So I decided to, and again, I'm losing my pen marker, it's fine. I'm going to really be focusing on two things. So sales and what I like to call R and R. So I could actually get rid of these two quadrants, but I'm not going to go deleting all this, whatever. I decided that for now, because I've been having a hard time with, you know, some of the onboarding and production and just dealing with some of the clients myself, I don't really want to deal with all this. I'm really good at the sales, right? This is what makes money, is selling people digital marketing services. So I actually got an opportunity from an agency willing to pay me $1,500 a month for 3 days a week. So 3 days a week I work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from like 9 to 5. And again, it's not like I have to be committed to those hours. Where I get paid a base fee of $1,500 a month, and they're paying me 25% commission on one-time sales like websites and 15% on recurring, so SEO and all these other things. And they have over 1,000 existing clients that have been sold things like websites or logos or SEO or AdWords or whatever, PPC, and a ton of them have opportunity to be upsold into other services. So I said, you know what, this is huge. Why don't I take on this opportunity, give it a try as a trial, and work with this company. The owner is a great guy, and this is one thing I'm going to focus on for just 3 days a week. Now, in the other quadrant, I decided this is something I could build up on the side, and let's say this just doesn't work out, or I'm not enjoying it. I figured this will be a lot less hands-on with the clients. Maybe I'll just sell them and then kind of move on and keep selling. I don't have to be doing as much of the management or dealing with, you know, what's expected like I am now. This other quadrant is R&R, which stands for rank and rent. Now, something that I realized was that there's a lot of businesses out there that basically need leads, right? And I'm gonna grab my pen here. One of the things that I realized businesses really need is leads, right? And I could go get them leads with Facebook ads, I could do SEO for their websites, but one of the things that I saw some people doing in a couple communities is they're going out and essentially getting a website ranked on Google, ranked in the Google Map Pack with a verified listing. There's ways to go out there and get them. And they build these websites just like you would for a client, and they put a tracking line on the website. And they forward these leads over to a business owner, and they do like the first few of them for free, like maybe 5 leads. You put a whisper message on it. Hey, this is a lead from John Shea, and they'll get like 5 of those. You call them up and say, hey, I'm sending you a bunch of leads. Do you want to get more of them? And the idea is that I've got this website in maybe some small niche town that's very low population, maybe 100,000 people, and I've sent them a bunch of leads for their business that are qualified, and ultimately they're coming from Google from the efforts I put into ranking a site. So the idea of this model really gives me one thing. It gives me control. I don't have to worry about trying to rank someone else's website and worrying about, hey, why haven't those keywords shown up, or why hasn't this happened, or why haven't you updated that logo, or any of the basically crap that clients normally ask for. I don't have to worry about it with this model. I can rank a website that is an asset that I control, and once that website is ranking, I can forward them leads and then start charging them for it. So, you know, I had attempted to do this actually years ago, but I had a real hard time getting the Google listings verified, and that was a big crutch on why I decided to kind of stop this model. But things have changed, and I realized there's people out there that can help me with this. I have a really good technical SEO partner who can rank the sites and knows what he's doing. He's very confident he can rank some of these small sub-niches in smaller cities with lower population. And the idea would be for me to go out and, let's say, build, you know, 10 sites. You know, this is rough handwriting here, but let's say I went and built 10 of these. We'll give you an example one. I took a website and made one for a limo company, and I ranked it in some small city. I start forwarding them leads of people that are actually looking for limousine rentals. They would probably be very willing to pay me anywhere from $500 to $1,000 or more every single month for that asset. And if at any moment they stop paying me, all I have to do is give the leads to their competitor. And really, in reality here, this is a business model that I'm very excited about. I think once I have a few of these assets rolling and a little bit more consistent income, I could eventually fire all my other clients, or maybe just get rid of the ones that I don't want to deal with. Maybe keep the ones that have been very easy to work with and are very minimal in terms of work. And then I could continue building these assets and scale this up into a large business. And I think what I've decided to do is, for the moment, I'm going to focus on this with the majority of my time, use this as another way to basically bring in extra income. And for now, I'm not going to be spending any time on anything else. I'm not going to be spending time on YouTube. This time I would be spending on YouTube could be the time building another one of these websites, or ranking one of these websites, or talking to a potential business owner in one of these 2 quadrants that really would put me in a position that I basically don't have to do all this extra work. So what this really leaves me with, for the moment, is a 2-quadrant pie. So these are the only 2 things I'm going to be working on for right now, and this is kind of what I've decided to do. These lingering assets are basically going to go away for now. They're just going to sit. And yeah, I mean, I really wanted to create this video for you guys, give you a little bit of an idea. I'm not going to spend all this time erasing this stuff right now, but wanted to give you guys a little bit of an idea of what I'm working on, why I've decided to stop doing YouTube for right now. And I think once I build up both of these assets a little bit more, I have a little bit more consistent income coming in, and build this up to maybe say $10,000 a month between two of these, then I'm probably gonna come back and say, yeah, let's start doing YouTube videos again. I've got this mastered and I've got a little bit more income coming in, why not come back? So that's what I had for you guys today. Just wanted to kind of break down where my head is at and what I've been thinking about the last couple weeks here, and where I'd really like to start focusing my energy. So again, if you have questions for me, comment on the video. I do always, get back to people regardless. Email me. I almost reply to everybody with video. But wanted to give you guys a little bit of an idea where I want to put my time, because the more I split this time, the less effort is going to go into these other things, and ultimately I'm going to get shitty results with everything if I'm trying to do YouTube and affiliate marketing and email marketing and running Facebook ads and doing all these other things, right? There's only just so much time in the day, and this is where I've decided to put that time for now and see if I can build this up into something. I want to give it a solid 3 months of putting time into this. If I spend, if I'm not going to a job, if I spend a solid 3 months, even if I do Monday, Fridays, and nights and weekends working on just say this fraction of the pie, I can make some substantial income. And same with this side. If I spend 3 days on this during the week, ultimately these are both selling and getting leads. And yeah, so that's pretty much what I have for you guys. If you have questions for me, feel free to reach out and I'll be happy to help.